Gunline. Fire mission coming down. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast, where we shoot the shit like we did in the past out in the field. So check it out. Today, I have my fucking buddy here, my brother from another mother, my soldier, my Taliban looking man, old Moya. What's going on, fool? How you doing today?
Doing great, dog. Just fucking another day, living the dream, you know.
For real, man. I mean, dude, just for full disclosure, this is round two on doing this shit. We got about a good 5-10 minutes in on the first one, but the government must have heard us talking about them, so they shut our shit down. So, but with that being said, we're gonna just Charlie Mike and continue on this motherfucker, man. You know, recently I've been thinking a lot about fucking my youth, thinking about growing up back in the days in the 80s and the 90s and how things were back then, man. And it's just trips me out on how things are so different now, you know, like we were discussing earlier. I'm going to bring it back up. You know, we've been alive through 7 presidents. All right. From I've been alive at least since Carter all the way now to Trump. And I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, and he grew up you know, in Las Vegas, Nevada. And you know, we weren't in the upper echelon of fucking, you know, society. And honestly, when I go back to visit LA, my neighborhood still looks the fucking same, man. How about yours?
Oh, it's gone from bad to worse. It wasn't perfect, but it was a nice little place to live. And now we were one of the first few Mexican families that moved in.
Mm-hmm.
And once the '90s came, everybody started, all the Mexicans and Latinos started coming in, taking over the neighborhood. I'm like,
Mm.
and now it looks, when I drive through there, it looks like little TJ. No,
No
I'm just
shit.
joking, but no, everybody has a pickup truck in their driveway. I'm just joking.
Dude, no, it's a trip because, you know, like, you know, it's we were talking about before we got interrupted. Maybe the government will let us talk on this one. How if it's up to us to make that fucking move, you know what I'm saying, to better our fucking selves and to better our community, you know, because honestly, the government hasn't done a fucking thing since I was a kid. You know, Maxine Waters, who's the representative of where I grew up at, hasn't done a goddamn thing there. The motherfuckers that are born in the hood stay in the hood unless they want to get out of the hood.
Yeah, we had Senator Reed for 30 years, didn't do shit.
Oh
He
shit.
was, I don't think he did anything, honestly. I mean, he was, I know he was all on Obama's nuts for the time he was in
That's like
office because
that's like everybody else.
he was a majority leader for long till Mitch McConnell. The Republicans took over the Senate. Mitch
Mhm.
McConnell took over majority leader
Yeah.
of the Senate. So then, once it's 30 years, he wasn't 30 years in office. He said, "I'm not running again."
And you
So
know,
he's like 80 years old.
God damn. Now, here's a full disclosure here.
Yeah,
What you're listening to here is uninformed opinions. All right. And I don't know if Moya's got some facts. Mine's are uninformed opinions. Because honestly, I give two shits about politics. I don't I don't know about
right.
politics enough to, you know, make a a factual statement on shit. I just go off of how I feel. And here's how I feel about politics. Fuck politics. They do nothing for me except my 401k. My 401k looked really good under Trump, and it's looking nice. So hey, MAGA. Speaking of MAGA, did you catch that midweek memo?
Oh yeah, it's that hat's too big for his head now. Oh no, it's just looks like it's floating up. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just sitting on top of his head,
For who? For
like
Chooks?
that. Yeah, nah,
Yeah,
it's okay. I'm just fucking.
I know, fool. No, Chooks fucking hat, bro. That motherfucker, he went full MAGA, man. You know, he didn't catch the coronavirus. He caught the Trump bug. You know what I'm saying? Fucking
Yeah, it's
crazy, dude.
everywhere. I got friends on both sides, and they're like either fuck Trump or vote Trump, or like I don't care what. everybody's entitled to your own opinions,
Exactly, dude. I don't understand how motherfuckers are losing friendships over this shit, man.
Right. I was going to go there too. I told a cousin, I don't care who you vote for. You're not going to end our friendship. No, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm like, really? Like that? Like, come on, man. Like,
Dude, I think no, I'm not gonna say that I support Trump and all this shit, but I I hope the best for him. You know what I'm saying? Like
oh,
we were
yeah.
saying earlier, regardless of who's there, they're our president. Let's support the motherfucker and hope he does well. But I mean,
Yeah.
do I think he's racist? No. Does he say stupid shit?
Yes.
Yeah. you know, I mean, is he presidential? No, because everybody who's been presidential has been political. And the reason that motherfucker was elected was because he doesn't fit that mold. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But whatever. To each their own, two tears in a bucket. Fuck it, bro.
So, one thing I'm wondering is, after, if he does win, who's going to, 4 more years, who's going to come after Trump?
Hopefully Tulsi Gabbard. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Republican, who's going to be the next candidate, the next Donald
Probably
Trump?
probably Pence. Pence will probably fucking, try to, ride off of his train. Honestly, I don't really give a fuck, dude. I mean, the people are so there's people that are so fucking invested in this shit that it's like, bro, I wish you spent that much time in your own life. You probably
Right.
wouldn't be where you're at right now. You know what I'm saying? If you spent as much time researching shit on each candidate, you focus that on, let's say, getting a degree or a vocation or something, you might make something better for yourself.
Exactly. Yes.
Fuck pointing fingers, man. Do something for yourself, bro. I think that goes back into the way we're raised as well, though. Porque I remember growing up, like I said, back in the 80s and 90s, my parents were working class parents. We were, I guess you could say, I like to call it upper lower class. Porque we had a house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you live in the house, you're fucking, you made it.
Right? Shit. I mean, granted, we were a bunch of fucking people in that one house. We were your stereotypical fucking family. But my parents worked, and when they had the weekends off, that's about it. That's when I saw my parents. And but they instilled pride in us in everything that we did. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So it was like, you
Yeah.
want something, you have to earn it.
I mean, it was a little different in my household because my daddy was a boozer or is a boozer. He's still alive. Motherfucker's 81 years old, still drinks.
Fuck. Eh,
Anyways,
My
back to that. Like, it's my mom that took care of business mostly.
yeah.
If it wasn't for her, we'd probably be we would been on the streets maybe.
Yeah, no shit, dude. You
Yeah.
know, and but thinking about it back then, how things were back in those days when we grew up to how things are now. Think about it. Like
Yeah.
there was no cell phones, there was no fucking computers, dude. These kids nowadays would not know what the fuck to do with themselves back in those
Right.
days,
Man, I remember if you had a Walkman, you were the shit. You
bro.
remember?
A Walkman, you had money if you had a Walkman, fool. Shit, we were
And
happy
then
to have
you had
walkie
money
talkies.
with a CD player. You had money if it was a CD player Walkman. I had a cassette player Walkman.
Dude, if you had a cassette player Walkman, you were the shit. Not just a regular fucking AM/FM Walkman. You're talking about a cassette player, dude. The one that you have to change the batteries out like every fucking 3 hours because it drained.
You just put the batteries over, like you guys switch the battery.
Dude, I used to fuck even to this date. I still grab the batteries, and when they're not working, I'll take them out, I'll lick them, and I'll put them back in just to be able to put the volume up a little bit more.
I never,
It
I
works.
never knew about that.
It works, baby. Hey,
Mine,
water is a good conductor of electricity.
my thing was put them in the freezer and they recharge. That was a rumor. Put the batteries in the freezer.
Yes, dude. Dude, did you ever get the fucking 9-volt batteries and stick it on your tongue?
Oh, dude, I don't.
Dude, we did all kinds of dumb shit to entertain ourselves, though. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, I used to love it. Get like you would find somebody would throw like an old mattress out in the street. You know what I mean? So we would go up and start jumping on that motherfucker, doing front flips and back flips and shit like that, dude. You know, we found a way to entertain ourselves. Our parents were busy working. On the weekends was their time. You know what I'm saying? My dad, yeah, he would get his drink on and in the backyard play 21 with the neighbors, do some gambling and shit.
Right.
And you know, it was fucking full of Budweiser cans, let's say over the weekend. It was full. Pero, you know, I also had cousins. You know what I mean? I had cousins that would come over, you know, porque that's where all my family was in LA. So they
Right.
would
Right.
come over and we would fucking hang out and we would go run. Check this out, dude. I remember at about what my daughter's age is now, 10. Emily's 10 years old. Me
This
and
is
my
okay.
nephew, me and my nephew used to walk about probably half a mile to our park. It's called Green Meadows Park, where I grew up at. And they had a swimming pool.
Right.
And it would cost like 50 cents to get into the pool. And me and him were 10 years old, bro. We would walk all the way over there, pay our 50 cents, and then go into the pool. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like the community pool, I guess you could say. And
Right.
there was no like, where's the kids at? Oh, let me check on him. Let me call his cell phone, or let me, you know, track him where the fuck he's at. It was like, ¿a dónde está Dani? Oh, se fue al parque. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just be back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once I got older, my dad didn't trust me. He thought I was on something. There's times I live by the elementary school, and we go play basketball or play football, and you see him walking by like on not like I can't notice him. I'm like, I know you're walking over here for a reason. You're checking on me.
Dude, it
Like,
got so bad when I was growing up, bro. When I was, I think, was it high school? Yeah, I would think I was in high school. My dad would search me before I left the school, bro. Porque I was hanging, I was with, you know, hanging around taggers and in, you know, the wrong crowd and gangsters. And so he would find like scribers on me that I would use to scribe onto the buses or fucking like the thick ass the pilot markers, you know what I'm saying, had those. So he would check me to make sure I didn't have any of that shit before I left. Or my screwdriver, because back in the day, I carried a screwdriver in my back pocket. Did you ever carry a
oh
screwdriver?
Jesus,
You wait,
I
you
did because I was getting these calls. I was getting these threatening calls. Some dude, I think somebody was fucking with me, but some dude said he's gonna catch me slipping. So
yeah,
I fucking brought a screwdriver to school. I'm
yeah.
sitting there and fucking falls out of my pocket. I'm like, fuck. I just fucking grabbed it, stuffed it back in my pocket, and the guy sitting next to me like, "Why are you carrying a screwdriver?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. You don't need to know."
Yeah, right. Dude, it's a trip. I remember like carrying a screwdriver was something normal. I mean, where I grew up at, like you carried a screwdriver, and that was like when you were going to school, you had your folders, your books, and your screwdriver, bro. Because you never know. Some motherfucker might try to jack you. And it doesn't even have to be gang related. It's a motherfucker trying to rob your ass. You know what I mean? You gotta fucking handle yourself. I had my Phillips screwdriver, man. I had that bitch. And it was right there in my back pocket next to my little pocket comb with the, you know, the flat one that you put in between your middle finger.
The palm brush.
Yep. Fucking day, dude. Bro,
You were talking about the folders. What were they called again? I never knew they had a name. The ones that with all the sports
the peachy
theme songs.
folder.
Yes. And I'm like, what the? I know what that is. I even looked it up. I'm like, I knew it was that. But
Fucking A.
we used to fold it like into a
Yep.
long rectangle and put it in your
Your
back
back
pocket.
pocket. My mom hated that shit. Bro, motherfuckers, man, they had trapper keepers back in the day. To me, a motherfucker that had a trapper keeper was balling. You know what I'm saying? If you had a trapper keeper, you had money because that motherfucker cost dollars, not like a peachy folder. A peachy folder costs cents. And you know, go ahead.
Were you in school when the girls were taking the pictures with all the like designs in the background, and they go like to a swap meet or
Yeah,
something,
the
and
glamour
they
shots.
like yes,
Yeah, dude, I was already. I think I was already probably in high school by then. Porque I would have been if I would have graduated high school. I would have been class of '95. So you probably would
okay.
have been like what '98.
At 99, I repeated a year. Long story, but I would have been 98 though.
Okay, cool shit. See, yeah, so you were right behind me. So yeah, dude, the swap meet was the shit. You know, like that.
Oh
That
yeah,
was that was our mall. Was the swap meet, bro? You know,
right,
porque the nearest mall to me was the Fox Hills Mall, but that was way too far away for a motherfucker to be taking a bus up to. Especially, you know, my
right.
bus pass, nah, chief. I ain't risking that shit going all the way. Where that's too many neighborhoods, bro. But
Mm.
the swap meet was right across the street, like literally across the street from where I grew up at, the Broadway swap meet. And I used to go there and just take about $1 in quarters, and I would go play Miss Pac-Man, bro. That was my
we
shit.
had uh, we had arcades at the 7-Eleven for the longest time, and we'd play Street Fighter and
Fucking
all that Mortal Kombat.
dude. Did you ever see motherfuckers fight because of that shit? Like real fighting.
Oh no, my friend used to fucking get pissed off like, "Dude, you're cheating." I'm like, "How
Yep.
the fuck am I'm whooping your ass. This is what I'm doing."
Nah, fool, you were one of those cheating motherfuckers that just kept a doogan, a doogan, a doog. Oh, bro.
Oh, my guy was Chun Li. It was
Ah,
like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like with the
Dude.
leg. I try to look like,
No, I used to like that dude, the Sonic Boom. That was my boy
oh,
Guile.
Guile.
His name was, yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking A, dude. Growing up in the fucking 80s and 90s. I love that shit. You would get on your bike and just ride wherever the fuck you wanted to. And you know, because at that time you didn't, well, at least I didn't know about, you know, cholos and shit like that. Not at those young ages. You know what I mean? So I didn't give a
right,
fuck where I
right.
went. I would get on my bike and just ride. Dude, I did so much stupid shit. Did you ever crank call?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever do a crank call to the police?
No.
Oh,
Oh, like,
dude, me and my nephew, bro, we were fucking assholes, bro. I'm not gonna say that this happened or not happened, but there's a story out there that may have or not have happened that we were at a fucking a there was an alleged incident where the ambulance were called because somebody was suffering of a heart attack after a Raiders game at the LA Coliseum, and they ended up showing up, but they didn't find anybody there. Then there was another time when the police were called because of a robbery at a liquor store, and so the police arrived, and the video store clerk that was right next to the liquor store gets pulled out, has a shotgun to his face, porque he was a cholillo, fucking LAPD all on his ass, dude, because somebody called the police and said that the liquor store was being robbed with a handgun,
my God.
dude.
The
Oh,
worst thing I ever did was I was 7-Eleven at a payphone. I put a quarter in, just dial a random number. Hello? Ah, fuck you, motherfucker. Blah, blah, blah. And I just hung up. That was the worst thing I ever did. But
dude.
nothing on your level. I'm like, that's a whole nother level right there.
Dude, the helicopter was flying over our heads. And me and my homie, well, me and my nephew, we were right there looking like a couple blocks down, like, damn, fool, they got that motherfucker wrapped up. My head's hurting thinking about this shit.
Dude, my son did that shit. He called somebody was having, I don't know what he said for the ambulance,
Yeah,
and they're driving around. I'm away. I'm out of town. I was still in my trucker thing, doing
right.
my trucker thing, and I'm like, I get this number from a random caller ID thing. I'm like, so I didn't answer it, and then my mom calls. Hey, the police came to the house. I'm like, so I called the
Yeah,
non-emergency, and they told me, yeah, there was a report. And since my son's cell phone's under my name,
yeah.
they're looking for me. So,
Oh,
so I called them. I'm like, yeah, somebody reported this little girl was having difficulty breathing or something in that way.
what
I'm
the
like,
fuck?
and this is we have cell phones now, so
They can trace that shit and see who it is.
yeah. So since it was under my name, they came looking for me at the house.
Oh wow.
So I called. I'm calling him. Nothing. I called his mom's phone. I'm like, and her husband answered. I'm like, hey, is everything all right over there? Like, yeah, we're cool, man. What's going on? I'm like, I'm getting a call that somebody reported this and that. No, we're fine. Here, talk, talk to Israel. My son's name.
Yeah.
Talk to Israel. Here's your dad. Talk to your dad. Like, what'd you do?
Is that what you do?
What? The police came to the house. Did you call 911? Yeah.
Wow.
Like, okay, okay.
What'd he do?
He, uh, he called 911 and said somebody
My
was
God.
fucking. They need an ambulance. So I'm
Wow.
like, oh, I started yelling. So here I am with my driver trainer, and,
Right.
and I'm like, we're on our way back to Vegas. I'm like, you're gonna get it when I get home. You're gonna fucking get it. And like, I will call you when I get home. I will see you when I get home. I was in Arizona, so I was like halfway there in
Yeah.
Vegas. Oh yeah, he got it,
Dude.
and I barely spanked him. So well now, I mean he's an adult now, but I barely spanked him, so he got it.
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you what. I mean, the game changed when caller ID came out.
Right?
You know, that changed the game right there because now you had to be slick about how you did shit. You know, remember before caller ID, dude, remember the rotary phones?
We still have one. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it was like we had a somehow we had a phone in the garage, and that was our phone.
No, dude.
And
We had a phone. Remember, if you had a rotary phone, that was back in the 80s. Then in the late 80s, we started getting the long cords with the phone that would it was like a phone that you would put in the kitchen with the extra long cord that you could walk all around the fucking house with, untangling
yeah,
that bitch. And then eventually you ended up getting the fucking the
of
cordless
course,
phone.
you still had to pull out the
Well,
antenna.
you know, yeah. Dude, I thought it was cool as fuck when you had to push the page button to find out where the phone was. That was cool as fuck, dude.
I didn't have that yet.
Oh,
I didn't. Our first cordless phone didn't have that.
oh, bro, I'll tell you, the best shit was though when you started like it up the game having caller ID. So you would either go visit somebody's house and use their phone, or you remember their phone, anyways, or you found out about *67.
Right?
*67, baby, blocks the number. Did not know that. And once I found out, oh, it was done. And no, wait, what about *69?
Oh yeah, where it tells you who called.
Yeah, those motherfuckers will call you right back, man. Be like, whoa, 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 whoa. No. I mean, my phone game, you know, my crank call game started off as everybody else's. You know, mine will be
Yeah.
like, I will call up and be like, hey, is Yogi there? They'd be like, what? Like, yeah, is Yogi there? They're like, no, I think you got the wrong number. Be like, I guess I made a boo boo. And then I would hang up. You know, that was my first crank call type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, dude. I'm reminiscing right now. I'm having so much shit popping into my head. And dude, be real. Did you ever call the 976 numbers?
No, I can't. I can't recall that I did.
Do you know what the 976 numbers are though?
Those are the ones that come on TV like late at night.
They were okay. So yeah, now they're like the 1-900, whatever, whatever. Back in the
Okay.
day, they used to have like 976 pussy or 976.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
never called.
Oh, bro. Woo. My dad
I was
whipped my ass, chief.
I was afraid to do that because the phone bill came to my mom. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, I
My dad, bro. My dad didn't know whether to be proud of me or pissed off at me. Porque I think I raised the phone bill up like 100 and something dollars calling 976 numbers, bro. I mean, I was a kid. I was fucking, my hormones were going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I kept seeing these fine ass women on saying, call 976, blah, 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 blah. Little did I know until I got much older that these sexy sounding women were 2 tons of fucking fun, big mama jamma hoes. But oh yeah, my dad saw that fucking bill. It was fucking thick as shit from Pacific Bell. And he's like, ¿Y esta mierda qué es? 976, ¿qué? So I guess he called it, and my dad called me. Like I said, man, he didn't know if it was to be proud of me and happy because I wasn't, on the other side of the fences, or or pissed off that he's spending a lot of fucking money on that. He whooped my ass, but I think he did it with a smile.
That reminds me of King of the Hill when him, Bobby, and Connie were going to strip naked, and Hank walks in. He's like, "What are you doing? What?" And he walks out and like, "Oh, thank God."
Dude, I can already hear fucking him like, oh
But he
god,
was like proud, like thankful his son wasn't gay. I'm like, "Oh, thank
right?
God!" Like,
Dude, that's a trip, dude. Even cartoons are different nowadays, man.
oh,
Like,
dude,
dude, what was your fucking favorite cartoon growing up?
Looney Tunes is on the top.
Yeah,
I grew up watching like He-Man, fucking Voltron, like Thundercats. Not so much. I don't remember much of the Thundercats.
I remember Chitara. That's what I remember from Thundercats. That bitch was sexy. And snarf, snarf.
remember You remember Shusha? Shusha is like
The
the
bitch with
song.
the big titties?
Yeah, she was like Brazilian.
Yes.
She was so fucking gorgeous. Like, oh man,
Bro, what shit like that would not pass on TV nowadays, bro?
hell, no.
Dude, dude. I remember one of my favorite cartoons growing up. I used to have to watch this shit when I would come home from school. I remember I was a kid. I was a young kid at this time too. And it was called Robotech. And I fucking loved Robotech. Now I know you recently watched it and you didn't see what the whole big deal was about it. Here's the thing, Moya. You got to remember, I was about 8 or 9 years old. This was like anime in those days. This is like
Right?
super high speed looking technology shit in the 1980s. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so I was like mind blown when I saw these fucking airplanes turn into fucking robots, bro. And yeah, I see it nowadays and I see like, damn, man, how did that shit fucking entertain me? But it was because I was a fucking little kid. That was
When
like,
you oh, go ahead, go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
No, when I was in San Antonio, not the recent time, the one before,
Yeah.
you were wearing the shirt. I'm like you were talking about. I remember you telling me about Robotech
Yeah.
when we were served together, and I
Yeah.
think at back we talked about it, and at home we talked about it.
Dude, that was my favorite fucking cartoon of all time. Orale. My neighbor, I got some kids over here running around touching my graveyard outside in the front. I live in a nice neighborhood now, so it's okay. I'm not that grumpy old man yet. Okay, little motherfucker, you better not down.
Walk on my path.
Nah, dude, I put some hanging shit. I was gonna hang like a body up there, like stuff up some clothes and hang it up there, but I could already see motherfuckers, like, oh, it's racist, bitch. It's a scarecrow. There ain't. Are we fucking scarecrow lives matter now? What the fuck,
Scarecrow lives matter. Oh,
dude?
uh,
It trips me. It just trips me out, bro. It's too much nowadays. I mean, I blame, and here's the fucked up part, though, Moya. It's our generation that fucked up these kids that are coming up. You know what I'm saying? We can shit all over these kids growing up right now, but who's the parents?
yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
My
You know,
son's fucking super sensitive. I'm like, oh, you. well, I can't talk to you because you get mad. I'm like, if you don't talk to me, I'm gonna get mad either way.
Either way, right?
He
Oh,
goes because he confides in my brother, and my
mhm.
brother told me, hey, your son said this. I'm like, why didn't you come to me? So I talked to him like, hey, Mateo said, oh, I don't talk to you because you get mad. I'm like, you think I'm not mad now? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, I mean, I just think about it like my daughter, I want to smack the fuck out of her so bad, my 10-year-old, because she got this back talking phase. You know what I'm saying? And I love you, Emily. And one day you're gonna watch this probably. But I
Uh,
swear to God, I want to just fucking wring your little neck sometimes because she's too smart for her age, first of all. You
yeah,
know, and bold of you. She says shit oh, bold of you to think that. I'm like, ooh, boy. And the thing is, I don't want to be that beating parent. I want to be the parent that, but at the same time, where's that fucking fine line at? Where you, where's the teeter totter? Because yeah, if I was to whoop my child's ass like my dad whooped my ass,
right,
I,
right.
I don't know. I don't know what would happen, bro. I'd probably be in jail, that's for sure. And because teachers nowadays are fucking snitches too. You know, teachers used to whoop my ass. You know,
What?
oh, fuck yeah, dude. First grade, Miss Morris. I still remember her name, bro. Miss Morris. First grade. She whooped my ass. And it was because I got the wrong answer to a math question.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, third grade. No, not third. Uh, Miss Hill. Miss Hill. She had 2 yardsticks taped together. His name was Oscar. And she would spank you with that shit if you act up.
Damn.
Bro, that's how it was. I mean,
I know. I know. When I was in elementary, the principal had a paddle,
yeah,
like,
okay.
and they asked permission from the parents. I guess not in your case. It wasn't like that.
Dude, my parents would be like, go ahead anyway. My parents would be like, spank them. You got to think about it. My mom, when she came from Nicaragua, she was a teacher in Nicaragua. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So when I acted up, she took that shit personally. You know what I mean?
Right.
And my dad grew up, campesino and fucking, for those that don't know, I mean, let's just say hillbilly style, in the mountains, and then grew up in the city afterwards. So he grew up in a fucking he grew up in the fucking 40s and 50s, and he was born in 1936. Let's leave it at that,
Your dad's older than my dad.
Yeah, my
That's
dad's 83 now, 84.
okay. My dad was 39. Was born in 39.
Orale. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's the same kind of background. So they will whoop our asses, no ifs, ands, or buts. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fuck it. Dude, I don't even know how I got to this topic now. I don't even know where I was fucking going. I'm having traumatizing flashbacks right now of my dad whooping my ass. Boy, the teachers. Back to the
My parents.
teachers. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh my. Oh, speaking of ass whooping from parents, to this day, you ever get the from your parents? Yo nunca te pegué. I never hit you.
Oh, no, not my dad. My dad will admit, tanta vergueras que te di. That, he's straight Salvi. That's how he talks. So, dude.
Both my parents deny it to this day. I never hit you. I'm like, bullshit.
my my mom may play the, oh, I don't remember hitting you that much. Oh, I remember. I mean, she was more of she'll whoop my ass when I really, really fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But she was like, and here's the shitty part though, Moya. I'm the youngest of 6. All right. So everybody says I had it fucking easy. Fuck y'all. I got my ass reamed. All right. My dad whooped my ass with a goddamn chilillo, which is basically a stick, a switch. All right. And my mom, well, she would whoop my ass with her hand because she had she has a very heavy hand. But
Right.
it takes a lot for her to whoop my ass. Not my dad. My dad, I could just I could just do something wrong. He whooped my ass. My mom, she would whoop me if I was disrespectful. That was her thing.
Yeah.
My dad, he will whoop me for ditching school. So, so it is what it is. But speaking of school, dude, growing up again, the only time I knew that we didn't have ducats in our fucking bank account was like the first day of school. I'd show up in pro wings. You know what I'm saying? And some other people who took advantage of the government and had money would I'm not gonna say any names, but they had Adidas, Fila's. Meanwhile, I'm going to school in church shoes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, and then I get bagged on and fucking, get clowned and shit, which back then, it was not being bullied. It was just shit that happened on the schoolyard, which led to me fighting. So,
Like,
oh,
what kind of shoes are those? Where'd you get those?
bubble yum.
Kmart.
Yep, mother be like, "Oh, you wearing bubble yums?" I don't even know what the fuck that is, but that offended me. So, be like, "What you say?" We're talking about fucking third, fourth, fifth graders here, and we're like, "Well, let's go fight. Let's go fight." We be fighting, dude. It trips me the fuck out. God damn, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, hey, those were our days. Though you would get into a fight, and then afterwards, okay, you'd probably get a talking to by if you got caught, you get a talking to by the teacher or the principal.
Yeah,
You're gonna get
I got in
suspended.
the fight. I got in the fight. I went to the principal's office. He talked to us. Next time, there won't be this. Next
Yeah,
time you guys are screwed, we're gonna call you.
exactly. Next time you'll get suspended. You know what I mean? Not now, dude. I'm telling you, I got stomped out one time. I mean, I got stomped the fuck out. I was in sixth grade, bro. My brother,
Damn.
Doug, he decided to write some shit on my peachy folder. All right. And let's just say it was affiliated with some other stuff. Anyways, so some little gangbanger named Trayvon, I still remember this dude, Trayvon, this motherfucker like, "Hey, blood, you a crab blood?" Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? But I'm not going to fucking back down from a fight, because if you back down from a fight, you a bitch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is back in sixth grade, y'all. I was 11 years old, 10 or 11. And fucking, all I remember was, I squared up on him, like, "Well, what's up?" And so he squared up on me and he took one, dog. This motherfucker could fight. He took one. And little black dude, they're already fucking built like little tanks and shit. So it hurt. That shit hurt. And then this motherfucker, I will never forget you, Jesus, fucking Chewy, little border brother. I used to punk him. All right. I was a dick to him. And to this date, I regret what I did to him. But he got his revenge. Um, he said he was trying to stop the fight and pull me away to safety. No, this motherfucker grabbed me from my arms and held me back while Trayvon was wailing on my ass, beating my fucking ass up. I finally fell down to the floor, fool. And next thing I just saw was fucking Nike swooshes coming to my face. Wah, wah, wah. Finally,
Yeah.
Mr. Tulipana came out there to stop the fucking fight. And nothing happened to Trayvon. And me, I got pissed off, because nothing happened, to anybody. I had to deal with this shit the next day. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, it's over. You're never gonna see this dude again. And I got pissed off. I ended up leaving school. I came back the next day, and we never fought again. I'll tell you that. I know that much. We never
Mm-hmm.
fought again, but he didn't fuck with me again either. Porque I stood up for myself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But nobody got suspended.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm talking, I got an ass whooping, Chief. I think I might have got home with swooshes on my face. Oh, man. I think that dude ended up getting shot eventually in junior high. Hmm.
Oh, damn.
Eh. Dude, he deserved it. Fuck him.
Oh,
What? You think the motherfucker became a doctor? Nah, man. This motherfucker
no.
was from 7-7 Mass Swan Bloods. This is
Okay.
yeah. You anyways.
Enough said.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm talking about anyway. Dude, it's fucking trippy, man. Sorry, I'm over here reminiscing this shit. Oh, man. Did you ever have to wear any fucking Payless shoes, fool?
Oh yeah, that's all. Remember, I don't know if you had a Kenny shoes.
You-
and
yes.
that's where either Payless or Kenny shoes is where I used to buy shoes.
Hey,
And then one time I talked my dad to take me to Foot Locker, and I bought some BKs.
nice.
I was in fourth grade, and everybody's like, "Are you a blood?" I'm like, "No." Well, what's a? I'm in fourth grade. I'm like 10, 11 years old. I don't know what that is. I hear it, but
Yeah,
I didn't
dude.
know anything about gangs at that time. It's.
Right, dude. That wow. Yeah, British Knights, man. I remember those shoes. Those were badass. But see, no, you could wear those in my neighborhood because I grew up in a Crip neighborhood. Like for the
Right,
blacks, it was a Crip neighborhood, and
right,
but I went to an all blood school, so it was in a blood neighborhood because I my school that I went to was called South Park Elementary,
right.
just like the show. It was South Park Elementary, and it was right off of Manchester and Avalon. Anybody that's familiar with South Central LA, it was on Manchester and Avalon. It was South Park Elementary, and it was a pretty rough fucking neighborhood there, dude. Like it was. I'll tell you what, my school was so fucked up. I remember this one dude came in there with a hammer and started beating the fuck out of this other dude while we were in line ready to go into class, bro. Because you used to have to line up. When the bell rang, you would line up into your spot, and then you would walk into your class. Well, we were lined up, and the bell rung. I just remember seeing some dude. He had like a red flannel on with a hammer, just whack the fuck out that dude on the head, bro. Woo!
Oh, that's another fucking world over there. And where you're compared to what I went through.
Dude.
It wasn't until seventh grade when I experienced the whole cholo stuff, and then
Ah,
like
okay.
there's it was like right there where all the it was the gang was called 28th Street, and the school was on 28th Street,
Oh,
and so I'm like, everybody's like, "Where you from?" I'm like, "Huh? What do you mean where I'm?" And they told me what it meant. I'm like, "Oh, okay. That's
right,
what what do you represent or what do you claim?" Like,
right.
but I mean, we had the biggest thing we had was a rumble against the Mexicans and blacks, and which I had no part of. And
In case you run for
the
politics in the future.
the, the cholos, the cholos would ask me, "Are you gonna fight?" I'm like, "For what? Fight for what?" Like, "Do you're Mexican?" I'm like, "Yeah." I had nothing. I don't know what you guys are fighting over. What am I fighting?
Because you're Mexican fool, that's why. Dude, when you went to junior high, did you guys have a thing called scrub day?
No.
Jesus Christ, I feel like I grew up in a fucking bad neighborhood. All right, so where I grew up, we had scrub day. All right, anybody grew up in LA, y'all should know what scrub day is. When you're a seventh grader, you're called a scrub. All right. When you're an eighth grader, you're a toilet washer. And then you become a freshman in ninth grade. Well, that's back then when junior high was seventh through ninth. And then they changed it all
Okay.
up, like where it's sixth through eighth or some shit. Well, anyways, so scrub day. Are you seen fucking Dazed and Confused where they get like all the fucking new booties and they whoop their ass or some shit like that?
Is that
Like
the whole thing? And
I think
it's
the white people do some shit like where they paddle board people like the freshmen or something. That's like the white people way. Well, where I grew up at, we had scrub day, which was every Friday for like the first month of the school year. And what it is, scrub day is where they find a seventh grader and they whoop your ass. Like literally whoop your ass, dude. My
damn.
very first scrub day experience was during PE at Bethune Junior High School on 69th and Broadway. My dumb ass is coming from PE. We fucking fit it. They used to make us change in uniforms. Like our uniform was like a yellow shirt with blue shorts. Anyways, the bell was about to ring. And before I went to the locker room, I wanted to go take a piss, right? I'm walking into the motherfucking bathroom, and all I hear is fucking scrub. Wow. Takes one, dude. All I remember was getting fucking on the ground, and my face was bleeding. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Dude,
Huh?
no,
What?
I'm just saying you getting everybody's whooping on you. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I got my ass whooped for being a seventh grader in school. That was it. Another scrub day. I remember getting picked up, punched up, and thrown in the trash can, like the dumpsters at school. All right. Dude, this shit never ended, bro. I mean, you had to fight back though. If you didn't, that shit was gonna be continuous. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
eventually I stood up for myself and shit stopped. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Yeah.
when you're an 11-year-old in seventh grade and scrawny as fuck, you know what I mean? It's easy to motherfuckers try to punk you, you know what I mean? And so I had to start learning how to use these as much as I could. I'm not saying I'm a great fucking fighter, but I know I can defend myself, except when I'm drunk. Hint, hint, motherfucker. That's an inside
Uh,
joke, y'all. That's an inside joke. Oh man.
yeah, never happened, but we're cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, what do you think about? Do you think there's still places like that though that are like where we grew up out there, like here in the states?
Nah, I mean, everybody's so disrespectful these days. I bet teachers are afraid to do their job, to enforce that disciplinary, like, hey, quiet down. Oh, fuck you. What are you going to do? You got those kids that are so disrespectful. It's like, I experience it now. It's like, you got these kids that went to my bar yesterday, wanted their water. Are you 21? What do you say? What do you say? I'm like, damn, relax. I can't give you shit if you're not 21.
Right.
Because we serve alcohol.
Right.
And, oh, he got all offended. I'm like, damn, motherfucker, relax. Like,
You should have just asked him for his ID.
yeah, I should have, but they're like, no, for water, really? I'm like, yeah, for water. I can use it.
Fucking hey, dude.
And he got all offended. I'm like, damn, man.
And you can't put your hands on them because then you'll lose your job.
Well, yeah,
And then they'll put a lawsuit. You know,
yeah,
everything's a fucking lawsuit. Fucking pussy.
yeah. That's why. That's why I got.
For those
I
that
can't.
are So for those that are just listening on the podcast, motherfucker, I hope that bitch is not loaded.
Don't worry.
Yeah, famous last words. Dude, yeah, and I
But
don't blame you. Now, are you allowed to conceal carry out there?
yeah, we got the class. Actually, I gotta retake the class because it expires next year. But
Hmm.
I concealed carry permit, and
Shit.
I mean
Hell
I
yeah.
can't fight for shit, but I'll fucking put a hole in your chest.
Yeah. I mean, dude, and that's what's fucked up. Long gone are the days where you could just go toe to toe and then that's it, bro. You know, I'll catch you on the rebound.
Yeah,
'Cause even back then, even the fucking cholos growing up, they had respect. You know what I'm saying? It was about
yeah,
respect. They see a motherfucker out there, if he's with his old lady or he's with his family, all right, fool, I'll catch you on the rebound. You know what I'm saying? But on
yeah.
nowadays, you look at the motherfucker the wrong way, you're getting fucking popped.
Right.
It's fucking sad, bro.
Yeah.
Sad. Anyways, I don't know, man. This has turned into me just venting about my fucking childhood days while you just listening and shit, dude.
No, it's all good. I mean, I could go on forever too with the whole venting, and I mean, there's so
I
many memories. The music, it's not the same.
oh, bro,
It's like it's like even the rock music, this new rock music and the new country music. Like, what is this? Like,
dude. The country music is fucking pop, and I never listened to country until I got in the army. You know what I mean? I did
right?
not listen to country. I mean, the only country I would listen to would be my dad's 8 track of Kenny Rogers. All right, that's it. And that was from
Yeah.
the Gambler, so I knew that song. And then rock and roll, I knew a little bit of it, but I didn't know enough of it. Like I really wish I would have known about Metallica back when I was in junior high. I had heard of
Yeah.
them, but I didn't know them. Like I remember this one chick, her name was Maria Mancias. She turned out like I knew her in elementary or in seventh grade, and she turned into a stoner which back then was Stoner was, like a headbanger type dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Smokes herb and hears nothing but fucking crazy ass music, that heavy
Mhm.
metal shit. And she was all about Metallica. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know enough about them. But I remember she was telling me, you got to hear this song called One. And then like once I heard it, I was like, mind fucking blown, dude. I didn't hear it until much later. Anyways, I'm a big Metallica fan now. That's all I'm saying. I wish I would have paid attention more to it back then. I grew up with I listened to oldies and fucking NWA.
I grew up. I grew up with the Beatles and Elvis because of my brothers.
Oh,
And
word.
huh? Was
Continue.
that?
I didn't know you grew up listening.
No, because
That's why you like the Beatles so much. Then okay.
yeah, yeah. I grew up with my brother. That's all he listened to was the Beatles, and then my other brother liked Elvis, and I mean, I grew up with that, and
Well, they're a lot
what?
older than you then too, right?
Yeah, my brothers, they're in their late 50s, I think.
Holy shit!
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Damn.
So they got years. They got like 18 plus years on me. It's
Right.
yeah, and then the oldies came from like my cousins and stuff that were
Cholos.
cholos, and that's how they look. And
Dude,
then
yeah, oldies is one thing that the cholo lifestyle has fucking kept right.
yeah,
You know, like I tripped out. Like I didn't know, for example, like the cholo thing. Like I didn't know. Like now, I can't even fucking, I can't associate it with me growing up because I'm not Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like when I see like cholo life and I see the motherfuckers like with the Pendletons and dressed up the way I used to dress up, but I can't even
yeah,
affiliate myself to that because it's like, oh wait, that's Chicano. I'm not Chicano. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm not good enough to wear that shit or to affiliate myself with that. When I'm thinking to myself,
right.
like, bitch, and then I look at the little cholillos nowadays. I want to just fucking slap them. Like, wait a minute, are you wearing like cut off pajamas? What the fuck are you wearing, guy? What happened to having class? Ironing your shit. Looking fucking good. I don't know if it still happens in
Dude,
some areas.
I used to iron my pants too growing up, and that's like I used to do my BDUs when
Yeah.
we used to wear BDU because I would never take them to the dry cleaner. I did this shit myself.
Right. I've been doing that shit since I was a kid, son. Shit.
Let me teach you how to fucking iron, motherfucker.
Dude. Fucking hey, what time is it for you, fool?
I got about 20 minutes or so
All
to
right.
go.
All right,
Yeah,
cool. Fucking yeah, man. It I can't remember what episode. I was telling. I think it was on the last shoot the shit that I did by myself. You
right.
know, in when I think about it, I've always wanted to belong. Just I like belonging, and I think that's why I always followed into a certain sector or group. But I didn't follow just any groups. I wanted something that came with respect and something that had fucking risk involved. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
and that's why I think I ended up just going the way that I did and belonging. It's like that fucking movie, as cliche as it fucking sounds, dude, on American Me, where fucking where JD says, when we were kids, belonging felt good, but having respect was that feels even better. And that shit is so fucking true. It sounds cliche as fuck, but it's the truth, man. And
mm-hmm.
kids nowadays, I don't want to say kids nowadays, but I think just society as a whole nowadays doesn't have that respect, because even adults, dude, are just fucking shitbaggy. Don't give a shit what they look like or when they go out. You know, what happened to having respect for yourself? Like going on a fucking airplane flight. It used to be a thing. My mom, to this date, my mom still dresses up. She don't give a fuck if the flight is at 5:30 in the morning, bro. She's getting dressed, makeup, putting on a dress, heels, all that shit, because when she was grown, hmm?
If you look at the old movies and they're traveling, they're all dressed up in suits. I'm like, what are you
Yeah,
going? Like what?
And nowadays, motherfuckers just go in flip flops and sweats. You know what I'm saying?
Last time I went to see you, I thought about doing that. I'm like, should I wear just flip flops and shorts, and that way I don't have to take off my belt, take off my shoes.
I
You
mean,
know, I hate doing it, but I'm like, you know what? It looks fucking tacky. I'm gonna at least wear shorts,
yeah,
shoes, and
at least look semi-dressed. Don't look like you just rolled out of bed and put something on, you know?
yeah.
I think it's because
But
back in the older days too, when my mom was flying back in those days, it cost a lot of money to fly. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like when you go to a nice restaurant, you're not gonna go dress
right,
shit, you know. So I guess I
no,
mean I don't know, dude. I'm just a grown ass old man that fucking I'm grumpy. I'm a salty old man.
I'm there. Bro. I'm there with you. It's like I think about stuff. I was by myself I work yesterday for the first few hours. Other bartender comes in later on in the afternoon, and we're talking, but we hadn't really. I've known her for years, but we had nothing in common. I'm like, because she's barely 30. I'm 40 years old,
Ah,
and I'm like, like I like you, Bianca, but I'm not digging this conversation. No way. And a lot of my friends are younger than me. They're barely in their early 30s or barely turning 30s. And when I hang out with them, one of my friends looks at me like, "You are so 80s." Like God, no.
dude. But you know what? I guarantee you though, and we're gonna bring this now to the military. I guarantee you find yourself a 25-year-old veteran that served in the army that was either a 13 Bravo or something, or served in the army in any way, in any capacity. I guarantee you'll have something to talk with them about. I guarantee you'll be able to
Oh, absolutely.
relate to them.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
the tricky part.
And like, I mean, back again with the military, I was one of the oldest guys there, and then I think the only NCO that was older than me was Tank.
No shit.
Everybody else, like Sergeant, oh excuse me, First Sergeant Natividad was younger than me. Sergeant Landis was younger than me, and then like God damn,
Right?
even when I went to do the weight and tape with Top,
Yeah.
he's like, "How old are you, Moya?" I'm like 25. Like, damn, you're as old as some of these E6s that we have. Fuck. you're, you're the same age as some of these E6s, but I mean, it's nothing. I
Right.
came in late in the game, but I still respect these guys to this day.
And funny you should say that. We're almost done here. Are you getting the kids ready? Okay. Yeah, we started a new tradition here in the Lopez household. On Fridays, we go to Sonic's and get some milkshakes.
Ooh,
So yeah, that's why my panza's not going away, bro. Pero
but I'm
I one person I'm dying to have on the podcast. Hopefully, one day he'll reach out and want to come on down. Is First Sergeant Britain. I wish I'm sure that he knows of it. And if he listens to this, I'm sure he knows that he had an impact on every fucking soldier that he ever came around, at least in an alpha battery. You know what I mean?
right.
Because honestly, I hold him to the highest fucking like level of. I think maybe because he was my first sergeant, but I mean, like to this date, I can still just remember. I can count on my fingers how many conversations I ever had with him, but he still made that much of an impact. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a trip, man. I mean,
If he, I mean, if he called you to the office, you're obviously in trouble. Like Lopez, I need to talk to you. Like, oh,
oh
okay,
fuck.
yeah, that means you're fucked.
Yep,
But I'm sure he wouldn't call you out like that. He'd go down the chain of command, like from,
exactly.
from smoke to your chief and so on.
Yep. I mean, one day, hey, Top, if you want to come on down here to fucking on the Gunline podcast, come shoot shit with us. We'd be happy to have you on here. I'm sure a lot of your old fucking soldiers would enjoy hearing you. So, anyway, dude, I got to get my happy ass out of here. Thanks for
Yeah,
hanging out with me, fool.
yeah, it was great, man.
This was like one of our usual fucking drunk talks when I used to call you when I was all fucked up.
Yeah, I'm surprised you got me here a second time. Like easier scraping at the bottom of the barrel. I'm just
Nah.
but no, but it's good to be here again. Thank you.
Well,
It's,
yeah, no, I mean, what I like about this is like the first time is like, for people to get to know you, and then after that, it's like we're literally just shooting the shit, just hanging out. And because I don't have these conversations with anyone else around here. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So, and it keeps my mind sane. And speaking of which, did I take my happy pills today? I probably did. Mhm. Oh, check it out. My old lady bought me some fucking pill bottles.
Yeah. Is it the ones with the date on there, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? You are old, huh?
No, it has a timer on it.
Oh,
So I think.
Sorry,
Oh, you're
that's okay.
good. I haven't taken my fucking pills. It's been 27 hours. No wonder I'm fucking a little bit on the loopy side right now.
Oh, I'm gonna get there. All right. When I get at work, I'm focused, but then again, I'm flustered. So I'm like, everybody's like, "You're all right. You're all right." I'm like, I'm in this zone where like, don't leave me alone. Don't talk to me.
Right?
Like,
Dude, it keeps your mind occupied. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And you need that. Porque if you don't, your mind starts to fucking wander and think stupid shit
yeah,
and it fucks you up. Anyways, man, with that said, I gotta get my happy ass out of here, bro.
yeah. I
Um,
got for work too. So
I know.
yeah,
I feel you. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us over here on the Gunline, fool.
that's a
Be ready. I might have you shoot down on the midweek memo here soon.
what?
Porque
Let me know.
I will let you know. Because
I got. Oh, I got. I had to use my vacation since I lose it next month, so I'm off for the next 3 weeks.
fool, bring your fucking ass over here to fucking Texas.
Let me talk because I'm helping
Hey,
out my mom right now. Let
airline
me talk.
tickets are kind of fucking low right now. I'm just saying.
I was actually looking at it too because I was gonna mention that to you.
Hell
But
yeah.
let me talk to my mom because I'm still helping her out.
Yeah, I got you, fool.
I could spend maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leave
Yeah.
Monday morning.
Come on down, Chief. Just don't come down on the 25th of October because the Lopez family will not be here.
Okay, so
I'll let, that's next weekend coming up.
okay. Yeah, I got another
Yep.
couple weeks after that. I'm
The week
perfect.
after that will be perfect, but not this weekend coming up. Taking the wife out on a hot date, and yeah, I'll let you know more about that offline. But
Absolutely.
with that said, hey y'all, I want to thank you all for hanging out here with me and Moya for the last couple of fucking minutes. Hopefully, just gave you some shit to listen to, talk about, and maybe even reminisce on your own time growing up. Do me a favor though. I got this line of shirts. All right, it's called Straight Outta Aha. All right. You know how they have the straight out of Compton? Well, this is straight out of Aha. Now, for those that don't know, if you don't know what the Aha is, then you definitely never were on the gun line. But it's the ammo holding area. So that's why all my shirts are ammunition. All right. All the shirts are around where it's a HE, Willie P, Excaliburs.
You
They're all there. But
Yeah, it was before we went online. I saw your. I was looking at your Facebook stuff. I'm like, okay,
yeah, dude.
that might be something to look.
And they're all premium shirts. They're all like made of the good material, and they're at the low price of $17.75. I'm not even trying to make fucking much profit or anything off of this. It's just to get the name out there, and the money goes to fucking honestly, to fucking get better equipment here for the podcast, and some extra spending change here for this shit, and just give better quality shit. Anyways, with that said, make sure you guys go check out onthegunline.com. Right there, you'll find links to the Twitter, to the Instagram, to the YouTube, to the merch, and to if I haven't said it, Instagram, I don't know, to all the social shit that I have. It'll be in that little hamburger looking thing. So make sure y'all check that out. Go check out my homeboy, givandal.com. He's the one that has your military satire attire. He makes some shit that's corny that some motherfuckers like. It's funny corny, though, not corny. It's funny. Go check that out. And with that said, I'd like to thank y'all once again for hanging out here. Be ready for the midweek memo. Bro, guess what I'm doing on the midweek memo?
Machuca and Lee Hunt.
That's right. Machuca and Lee Hunt,
Okay,
baby.
I guessed it. I knew. Machuca mentioned it.
Yes, sir.
Like, I would like to be here.
So the midweek memo is going to be a special debate between Trump train supporter Chooks versus riding with Biden, Lee Hunt.
Right?
They're going to go ahead and give you their point of views in a moderated way with myself and Cruz moderating with questions that only
Oh,
Cruz and I will have. Huh?
you having Cruz on there too?
Yeah, I'm going to have him moderate with me. Huh?
Cool.
Yeah.
All
So,
right, cool.
yeah, and then that way, we're each going to go ahead and give each person time to debate. I mean, to talk their points and then discuss it. You know what I'm saying? The way the debate should have been done the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So make sure y'all go ahead and look out for that midweek memo. It should be out on Wednesday, which will be
Oh,
what?
huh? Oh, I'm waiting for somebody to say, "Will you shut up, man?" Like
I,
when like you're but
I thought you were telling me.
no,
I thought you
I'm
were
waiting
telling me. Will you shut up, man?
oh, oh, I
No.
want to see which.
All right, fool. So yeah, next Wednesday, October 21st, be there for the one debate that will definitely be worth it. All right. So with that said, man, I appreciate y'all being here with us again. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all. End of mission. Whoops, I fucked it all up. Y'all have a good one out there. You be safe out there, fool. Pop a cap in the motherfucker's ass if you have to. Rounds complete. End of mission. Gunline out. Bye, y'all. Go Dodgers. Fuck the Braves.